Bryce's portal loser is the Oklahoma Sooners. Will, I told you that it was just only slightly worse than what was happening over in LA, because at least they have nice weather and no tornadoes out there. Oklahoma, okay? Let me get to my notes here. Oklahoma signed the number one portal player, okay, in Mateer. And it makes sense. I mean, like, you may not think he's the most talented player, but the fact that you're going to get him with his OC, who he had a good year with, it makes perfect sense of why you would think he's the number one player. The next 9 out of the next 11 players on the 24/7 Sports Transfer Portal list are Oklahoma Sooners. So you have lost, in terms of the portal, you've lost 9 top 10 players. Nick Anderson, like I talked about, Jalil Farouk transfers to Maryland, Brennan Thompson to Mississippi State, Bauer Sharp, another guy going to LSU, Andrew Anthony going to Duke, Deion Burks hasn't announced yet. And look, I mean, it's kind of the same thing you were just talking about, Will. Like, they're going to obviously have to replace them, but when you lose that amount of talent, can you honestly expect to be able to backfill that with the same level? So Oklahoma is... I think they're in trouble, man. I think Brent Venables is on the hot seat for 2025. And just in terms of, like, you got to show some growth. And it's just they've missed. And like that, it's not, they've missed on target after target. Well, they had an offense, by the way, that ranked 125th nationally in yards per play. And you have lost your quarterback. Okay. You didn't have any of your receivers, but you lost the guys that could have been healthy. You lost the guy that you force-fed at tight end in Bauer Sharp. And I don't really know, like, where you're going to get I just don't know what they're going to do. And look, we got made fun of last year for saying that we didn't think Oklahoma would be do that well. People called us morons. Not the first time. They have only signed one lineman, and it's a guy from Western Carolina, Derek Simmons, and he's the only player. Get this. They only have 2 players signed in their current class that rank in the top 50 at their position. They're not backfilling. They're just missing. So, I mean, I don't know. And Nancy asks, what's going on at Oklahoma? I genuinely don't. I just don't think there's an identity. And I think they have entered the SEC with no identity. And that's concerning, especially when you have a head coach who has been known for his identity as a coordinator for so long. I think Oklahoma's in trouble. I think they're right. And they're reeling right now in the portal for me.
Oklahoma still had a really good defense. So I think their identity is definitely in their defense. I think offensively, Jeff Lebby leaving to be Mississippi State's head coach, I think, has really hurt them on that side of the ball. Obviously, Brent Venables, whether you really think it was a miss on the hire of Seth Luttrell to be the OC to replace him was really a miss or not, it didn't work out, right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, it didn't work out. They were really bad on offense. And I don't think that's all Luttrell's fault. Like we said, they were having to replace 5 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Coming into this season. And so it just kind of derailed everything. We'll have to see. New OC, new quarterback. We'll see if they can have some production on offense. If they had any production on offense, you're looking at an 8, 9, maybe even 10-win team. That's how good that defense was. And also considering their schedule, there was certainly some games that they could have won if they had a better offense.